Good morning, boys and girls. This is Trig the Monsoon coming at you from sunny South Carolina. I am going to show you a few things I built today, and the first thing I'm going to show you is also going to be the last. Is this giant diamond made of sand I had initially built for my wife. She thought it was romantic. No, I did not use some sort of math editor. I actually built it block by block, and it's rigged to explode from the inside using this lever. For the reason that I figured it was more beautiful if it was easily destructible. Anyway, I even made a cool little overhang for it. But anyway, I've made a redundant copy of this map, so at the end of the tutorial, well, this is not a tutorial, I'm just showing you stuff, but at the end of the video, I'm going to blow this up for y'all so you can see a giant ball of sand get blown up. How about that, huh? Anyway, this right here, automated wheat farm. Still needs some work. It's not really what this is about. This is something I think is pretty original. Well, slightly original. You see this? It just started going on. And the reason why is because there is a player within 32 blocks of that little bit right over there. I did get the original concept from this, it was based off of a cow. And this one is based off of chickens. The reason why I'm using chickens is because chickens have a tendency to move around a little bit more. Pretty much how it works is, well, you can pretty much see it in action. Chicken tries to jump up, it hits the tripwire, sends a redstone circuit, which also sets off the piston and pushes it back down. And they will do this naturally, trying to escape the confined area, I imagine. I tried to do this with ocelots, but they despawned and tried doing it with cats. But they teleported, so this is what I was left with. Chickens. I imagine it could work with cows too if you really wanted to do this with cows, but you know, that kind of defeats the purpose. There's a much better design for cows. You really don't have to make the cows jump in order to push them back. The reason why I'm going to use chickens jump, you can't just put a pressure plate down, you know, because they'll break the pressure plate, and chickens only take up one block. But anyway. You know, you can just run your line to whatever you want it to trigger. You know. This is something that I was given an idea a couple of days ago. I saw it in a YouTube video. I completely forgot who did it, but pretty much this works in survival mode. You sprint and you jump a little bit and you move really fast. This is useful. Let's see. I thought it was pretty cool. It does take a little bit of time to make. I'm not sure if you're actually saving any time doing that because you're going to be putting down ice and trapdoors. I'm not going to show you that later. This right here is, I'm so glad I'm using Camtasia Studio for this because the previous recorder I had wouldn't let me move around. It's a combination 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a combo lock, modular, compact. I got this from somebody else, yes, and it's not my idea. This part right here is actually original. I had to add this on, that way the signal would stay constant afterwards, after you press it in. But anyway, I put the combo 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see what happens. The signal stops eventually, but it keeps on going because I set that up there. But, it's pretty interesting. There is a couple of YouTube videos you can look up. There are tutorials to show you how to make this, you know, but you can pretty much just look at it. You can slow down the video and pause it and see exactly how I built it, and you know, just pretty much copy it verbatim and work the same for you. I mean, the laws of Minecraft do not vary that much. And a reset button right here. Turn all this stuff off. And the reset button also goes to this one, to the reset line here, so it will ultimately turn off the output. So, watch the combo lock. Anyway, this is what I was really wanting to show you on the video. Yeah, I know it looks big, scary, and complex, but it's really not that complex. It's simple. It is time-consuming to build, obviously, but it is what I like to call the ultimate security system. I built it yesterday, and let's go take a look at it. I will show you how this thing works. Anyway, you want to use some sort of hardened material for this obsidian, or I use end block because it's about as hard as it gets. And The reason why is because you don't want somebody just breaking apart your security system just to get through it, because that kind of defeats the purpose. The lighting system I got set up here, I use limited lighting because I don't want the ice melting. Yes, there is ice in this system, and yes, I didn't realize that means you have to walk through here with the sword just in case there's a zombie, but this is meant to impede trolls, not to stop mobs. So but I do think I got adequate lighting enough to keep a troll from trying to light this place up. That's the reason why I lit this place up in the first place. That way he doesn't come in here dropping torches, trying to make it all well lit. I don't know. Should be enough to pull somebody. But if you do this wrong, if you're just a troll's like, this combination reset, well, let's just see if this thing works at all. You go through here, soul sand slows you down. You start going slower because now you got ice underneath the soul sand. And fell to your death. On top of this, and then you go in here and you just died, and your items are now floating towards the collection point to be later on harvested at the other end of the system. So it is, might as well not let it go to waste. I mean, the item's going to drop there anyway. So they wind up, they come through here, they get collected here. I did that to save on tracks. Really don't need to. This is a creative mode, but still. This drops off here. Donation controls, mandatory donations. So. And this right here are the master controls that are on the other side of the system, which is the administrative side. System arms, but system disarm free. Self-explanatory. I'll have to go through it. This is more for light discipline. I set this up. It's just a piston door. But you can tell the system is armed because you have another piston door here. It absolutely does not let you go in there while the system is armed. And there's a reason why, because this whole area is hidden while the system is armed. So, let's disarm the system. There's a bunch of stuff happening, and it's obvious the system is disarmed. You gotta get yourself a nice little walkway, and I did put a piston here instead of stairs because when I try to put stairs in like three or four configurations, and I tried coming out from the back, from the bottom and then up, and from the side. The stairs just glitch the system all the heck and back. So I just put a piston there. You can jump on top of it. You're not going to fall hurt. But it is kind of annoying. But I think it's just one of the ways that sticky pistons react with soul sand. But anyway, reset the system to arm it again. And voila, look at that. And you cannot spam this system, so, I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if I actually showed you that. We already fell through this. I had set the combination for this is, I wouldn't suggest using this again, but the birth of our nation now is 4/7/1776. I just figured that'd be awesome. But and it opens up, and hey, guess what? You can go and don't worry, there's nothing worth getting in there except for death. It's just a trap. And there you go. Excuse me. Anyway, so you know what it's like when you're wrong. You know what it's like when you're right. I just wanted to show you how the interior works. The exterior is obviously more complex than the interior, as is with anything that's using redstone, especially something with multiple components. So it's cool to look at. That lava light goes all the way down to the bottom. Not even kidding. It took a while though. Okay, so on the other side you'll see the 9-pin configuration on the outside. There's actually a YouTube tutorial. You can look up the 9-pin combination lock, so you don't actually have to try to slow down this video and look at it. Look at it, all in slow motion. You can actually go through the tutorial, and it'd be a lot easier for you. Besides, the guy who did the tutorial, he's less stuttery than I am. The pins do not come out translated verbatim from 1 to 9 left to right. So you're going to need to figure out what button does what number. I got it set up as a cell phone. You know, 1 to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 9. But you know, obviously it does not translate. And I'll put it on both sides. That way it helps me out when I'm making a new combination. But pretty much, you know, that the tutorial will show you how to do that. One thing it will not show you probably is the fact, because it uses a different configuration. This is not the configuration that they showed you on the 910 tutorial. This is using the same one as the one down there. One thing you do have to be cognizant of is you are using a 910 combination, so and the redstone only goes 8. So you need to kind of repeat it over here so that you don't lose your, you obviously don't want to connect here, but that way no matter which pin it comes from, the signal is the same when it comes through here. And the same thing goes for the reset line here. You want that to be roughly in the middle. That way you don't have any, you know, signal loss here. But yeah, it's a 6-pin combination. I figure, you know, you probably set it up for multiple combinations vectors. Since I don't have a 0, there's no point in setting it up for an 8-pin combination for a full month, day, and year. I'm just using dates because they're easy for me to remember. You can set up for any number you want to know. That's the reset line. Goes all the way back here, and the button is on the inside. It's easily accessible, unless really. Very cool. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me see that. That was weird. Okay. Anyway, we see the button right there. Comes out, and it obviously goes multiple directions because there's multiple components that would have to be armed. But the main one that you need to reset, and what we're talking about, is the combination lock itself. This component of the combination lock is not really the same as the other separate module I had to attach to make the signal continuous, which goes down underneath and comes out, and it goes multiple directions here because there are multiple components that need to be activated if the system is deactivated properly. Now this one right here arms the, not arms, it pushes the pistons out that are cobblestone that I showed you earlier. So this one right here is actually some of the pistons that are, that's the piston that you can see through and see through the bottom even with the system disarmed. And there's also one right here that pushes out a, essentially right there. But there's actually that one that has the stairs. But anyway. And I did make sure that the system gets a even signal all the way down because this is a nice long line of pistons. So, and you see that the line, when you do disarm the system, you have a signal going down, you got a signal going up. Now we'll show you the signal going up. It cannot go because the repeater is one direction. So you don't have to worry about that right now. That is to disarm the system from the other side, essentially. So it comes around from the bottom. There's a button through that wall. This is a reset line. It goes all the way over there to the reset of the entire system. So that one has been explained. This part you don't want to forget to put in because this disarms the pistons that are supposed to be killing the trolls. So it goes all the way down here. Oh boy, that's going to be complex to explain. Okay, that's another part of it. Oh boy. I keep forgetting how complex this is, but trust me, it's simple when you take it one step at a time. That's easier said than done, I know. But I know what you're thinking. You got this thing nice and neat going, sending the signal way up, and you got this thing. I cannot figure out for the life of me how to send this to make a signal go down. So I have to spiral it down. Anyway, When you disarm the system, that kills the signal, which is being sent off by the chickens over here, which is the trigger. So this will open up and it'll cut off the signal line, and that will turn off. And all the way up here, that will turn either on or off as needed. And we'll, well, that's kind of redundant. Okay, we'll go and turn that stuff off. And this piston right here is running off of the same line. So if this is a boy. Okay. So this right here is activated if the system is disarmed, then this line is activated. So this line is disactivated, and this line is closed. So this does not matter. The system is disarmed. But this line is open if you do have chickens on. Looks like I have what I had done right here is I had set up pretty much a double cutoff. I really did not need this part here. You can actually omit this part right here. It cuts off at the top, cuts off at the bottom. Really doesn't matter as long as it gets cut off. And then you disarm the system because you don't want that. You don't want the ice and the soul sand going off and crushing your skull while you're trying to walk through. Okay, now this one is a downward signal. Oh boy. Anyway, this is the signal going downwards, so I guess if they're... Okay, I know what this is for. When the soul sand and the ice, when they pull out from under you when you're a troll, it also sends a signal down and across over here, which pulls out a cobblestone floor underneath for you to fall and die on. And all this mess here is pretty much just to make the signal so that when the signal does come down from up in here, it takes a while for it to turn off, you know, but it can turn on really fast. That's the thing. That way you don't fall down and the floor pulls out from under you and you hit water instead of cobblestone, and then you got a live troll here in your collection system, and that's not good. You definitely do not want that. You'd be better off if he was stuck up there. Because it doesn't take too much effort for him to cause a bunch of havoc here. All you have to do is break a bunch of blocks, destroy your trigger, and oh my goodness, it'd be a mess. Anyway, that's your collection system for the trolls items. You know, pretty simple. You know, minecart going up, dropping them off, going back down, picking them up constantly. This I had to actually put the pistons in here because originally it just had like a hole for it to drop down, but it would, I guess it glitched and it would like not want to go through. It would just get stuck there sideways, it'd slant a little bit. So as a redundant measure, I put a reactor rail here and set it so that the pistons go off a little bit after it should have fallen down. But if it does get stuck, you know, it will get pushed down in there eventually. It's going there. One way or the other, it's going to get there. But yeah, it's pretty much the entire system. Oh yeah, there's one component I forgot, and I forgot to show y'all. So this is if, for some reason, the troll actually makes it across the sands of death here. Okay, I guess if you can fly, that's one way you could do that. I didn't make it through. Anyway, what happens is this is a trap chest, and it activates the pistons here, pistons here. I know they're kind of obvious, but they're not completely obvious. I mean, at least they're not red or blue or something like that. And pistons up top. And what that pretty much does is, if you're here, it suffocates you. If you're here, it pushes you out to here. And if that's the case, then it also sends a signal around to activate the floor coming out from under you as well. So let's give it a shot. And then, yeah, and then you die. Okay, and then take a look at the redstone I got set up here. The trap chest was kind of difficult to get a signal off of originally. No, that's the entrance. This is the trap chest area. And where do you get a signal from? And you can see what it is. I pretty much just reversed the polarity of the signal and shot a signal line off to the pistons, and then shot a second signal line up here to activate the pistons from the top and from the side. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I mean, you can open up the chest. You may even want to leave a couple items in there. That way, he wants to open it up again just in case he doesn't get killed. Maybe like a half-used stone sword or something that for some reason people like to value that are really completely worthless. But I think that's it. If I showed you the trigger over here, because I pretty much showed it to you over here, but you know, I tried making it double-sided before. That way you could get like twice as many hits per second. But you know, 3 chickens seems to be more than enough. You put 6 of them in it, and it doesn't really seem to have as much. It loses its sensitivity. 3 seems adequate. Gets the job done. You put this on both sides, and the system jams up. The chickens figure out a way to get out, because one of the chickens will try to jump up here and will get knocked back. The other chicken will try to jump up here and will not get knocked back because this one's already activated, and I don't know why that works, but the chickens figure out a way out and they can do that. They're stupid, but they're smart. So you can't really leave much of the chance there. But you do gotta leave this piece right here open. That way they have a chance to escape. That way they actually attempt it. Otherwise, I'm not even sure if they would. Yeah, there it is. The grand, what do I call this thing? The ultimate security system. Obviously, when you make this, your encapsulation wall is going to be tremendous. So this is not a project you can complete in one day, but I believe it is worth it to build. In a PvP server, probably not, because of just how involved it is. You know, you get creamed before you even had a chance to finish the front door, probably. But you know, if you have especially in creative mode, if you can build this in creative mode, then go to PvP server, maybe like make a level out of this or something like that. You want administrators to be able to get through, but not for normal players to get through. Yeah, be useful in that instance. I like building just because I like the idea of having a security system now. And I know there's no trolls here on this server. But enough of that. Let's go for the grand finale here. How is he still alive? Okay. Anyway. How am I still alive? Oh yeah. God mode, that's why. Now for the grand finale. Here you go. Poor sheep. Too bad. That's kind of glitching a little bit. Whoa, okay, yeah. Sorry about that. I guess the kind of lost its touch, but pretty much that was just to show you all that. Yes, when you blow up a large quantity of sand, it like scatters it all over the place. So yeah, it's a pretty cool effect. I never knew this. So, but that's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and like it or don't like it. I don't really care. I'll just do this for the heck of it. But hopefully you get something good out of it. Alright, have a good day.